Hi, my name is Jeff Schneider, and I am an enrolled agent, and this is We've Got Your Back Taxes. Today we have Ildiko Insurance. She's an insurance agent. Well, basically for health insurance, and that's why we're here. Welcome to the show, Ildiko.
Thank you, Jeff.
She is the owner of Ildiko Insurance Advisors, located up in the Treasure Coast. And tell us a little bit about the nuances about insurance nowadays. We keep hearing about the period of when you can sign up for insurance. So tell us about that.
Every year there's an annual enrollment period. And if we're talking about health insurance, then that is from November 1st until January 31st.
All right, so now we're past that. So
yeah, now we're past
that. But
now,
they get insurance as of January 1st.
Only once a year. They can change their plan. It's annual enrollment period. You can't call me up and say, oh, I just got sick and I need a health insurance policy. No, that doesn't work.
All right,
that's not a special enrollment period.
All right, so what happens if somebody doesn't have health insurance, they want to sign up now? Can they sign up now and have it for the rest of the year?
The only way they can sign up now is if they have a special enrollment period. Let's say they moved from one state to the other, they got married, they got divorced, they had a life change. They have 60 days to change their plan, pick up another one.
All right, so say, for example, if I have health, which I do, I have Humana, and if I find out I want to change my plan for whatever reason, I don't have one of these life changes, I can't?
No, you can't.
That's under the Affordable Care Act. That's changed.
Yes. No, there's only one enrollment period, a year.
Wow, so if I don't have health insurance now, or if I said I do, we'll just say I don't, and I had 3 clients this past week that did not have health insurance.
There is another plan from one of the companies, which I won't name because we're not selling here. It's called a short-term insurance plan, and you can get it for anywhere from like 1 month to 360 days. But they still medically underwrite, and it's not Affordable Care Act standards. So therefore you could still get a penalty on your taxes.
So it's not part of the minimal essential coverage plan?
Yes, there's 10 mandates in the health insurance.
All right, for those of my listeners who have heard that term, it's called minimal essential coverage. You just can't get any type of insurance plan to avoid the penalty, what's called the shared responsibility penalty. That penalty for last year was $325. This year it's up to $695 per month, half for a child, but then there's calculations and it's not the full, so if you don't have insurance for 12 months, you're not going to pay $8,000.
Well, actually, if it's 3 months.
Right, but there's a percentage based on your income, and it can't exceed a certain amount.
Yes,
there's a cap.
2% of your income.
Right, so you need to see somebody, a professional, to help you figure out if you didn't have health insurance for any more than 1 month. If you had a short-term gap.
After 3 months, you're getting a penalty.
Well, there's a short-term gap that you're allowed to have it.
Yes, 3 months.
Okay.
Yes.
What type of health insurance plan should people start considering? Let's talk about that minimal essential coverage. What are some of the things that they've made you get insurance, even though you may not need it?
Well, one of the 10 essential benefits is maternity care. And even if you're a man, you still have to have maternity care. And then there's mental health, and then there's doctor visits, there's prescription coverage. Now, the most important thing when you're looking for a health plan is, do you have to meet your deductible in order to see your doctor? Now, do you know what a deductible is?
Go ahead.
Deductible is a certain amount. It goes anywhere from $1,000 to $6,850 for an individual. Now, if you have to pay $6,850 in order for them to pay for your doctor's visit, that's not such a wonderful plan.
Right. Now, if somebody comes to you, and I get this all the time, it's probably cheaper for me to pay the penalty than it is to get health insurance. What do you say to that? I know what I tell people is that, well, that's a personal decision. I can't get into that. But as the professional in the insurance,
that's a gamble.
Okay.
You know, it's a gamble. You want to gamble with your life? Now, there are alternatives. You can get ancillary products. Certain companies offer accident plans, accident plus illness plans, cancer plans, critical and chronic illness plans.
Major medical, like the old major medical type plans, like the hospitalization plan?
Like, let's say you get diagnosed with cancer. Maybe you'll get anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000, depending on the plan.
That's it?
Yeah, well, it helps. It's better than a poke in the eye. I mean, really, it helps, to help pay your bills. Let's say your health insurance isn't paying very well, and you develop a disease which they're not going to pay for the experimental drug or something. There's actually even life insurance that you can accelerate your benefits, which means use your money while you're living, and help you pay for the bills to help you stay alive.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit, because that's something I just found out about 2 months ago, that they have these life benefits to a
Yes,
life insurance
living
plan.
benefits,
Living
yes,
benefits,
it's called,
sorry.
yeah.
Right. That's relatively, it's not new, but it's more.
Well, it's 21st century life
Right,
insurance.
it's coming.
Really good.
Right, it's coming
Yeah.
more into the fold. Let's talk about that, since most people, I'm sure, haven't heard of this living
Well, most
benefit.
people, when I ask them, do they have life insurance? Oh, no. The first thing they think about is death. No, you don't. I have some things you don't have to die to use. Real life insurance, not death insurance. So if you get a critical or chronic illness, which means you can't perform 2 out of your 6 daily activities like bathing, feeding, transporting yourself, just taking care of yourself, then that's considered critical or chronic illness, which means, let's say you have a $250,000 policy, and depending on severity of illness, you can accelerate 100,000.
So that means you can get that money up front.
Yes,
but that
while
does
you're living.
But that reduces the death benefit.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it definitely helps you. I mean, you're not going to be the celebrity of the pizza parlor fundraiser.
And but you don't benefit from the death benefit anyway. It's for your family, but you don't want to
It's nice to take care of your family, so that they're not living in the car after you die.
Right. And this is something that a lot of financial, and when I did a lot of college planning, correct me if I'm wrong, yes, you should worry about your family and make sure that they're not have to, pay for your funeral arrangements and pay for things.
Yes.
But you got to take care of yourself first.
Exactly, and this is what this 21st century life insurance does.
What else does it pay for? What doesn't it pay for?
What doesn't it pay for? Well, critical, chronic, and terminal illness. Terminal means if you're diagnosed and you're going to pass within 12 months. That's a terminal.
So it's not an accident plan. You need to get one of those.
Well, an accident plan you can get, and that has a.
But that's
it only
different than
works
this.
if you have an accident. That's an ancillary product.
That's an ancillary product.
Yes.
And we won't name it, but you've heard it with a quack quack.
Quack.
Yeah. But that's one of those ancillary plans. Okay. Let's talk about one of the things. Now, a lot of us are getting older. We have parents that are getting older. And a lot of clients come to me when they're in their late 50s, early 60s, and they talk about what we call the M word, Medicare.
Oh, yes.
So let's talk about Medicare. When can you get Medicare? What are the different nuances about it, and how hard is it to go through the process?
Some people are so excited to get on Medicare. Oh, I can't wait to get on Medicare. Well, Medicare is a lot less expensive than health insurance these days, and it has much better coverage. Medicare, in 2 instances, when you're turning 65, if you're on Social Security already, then you'll be sent a Medicare card. Okay. If not, then 3 months before your birthday, you go on Medicare.gov and ask for your card.
But you don't have to be on Social Security, because Social Security you get when you're 62.
No, Social Security is a whole nother.
Okay, but you don't have to be in it, because you can get Social Security at 62.
Yes.
You get full benefits when you're 67, and then you can even wait till you're 70.
Yeah, some people can't wait. They just
they get it early,
right? 62.
Many clients, and they always ask me, should I take Social Security now? But that's under another discussion.
Yeah, that's
but the Medicare is at 3 months. You said 3 months?
Medicare is 3 months before you turn 65.
65. Okay.
So you can send off for your card to Medicare.gov. Now, however, if you're working for an employer and they're supplying you health insurance, then only apply for A. It's mandatory to apply for A.
You just beat me to the punch. There's A, B, C, D.
There's A and B.
Okay.
Now, A covers hospitalizations and things like that. B covers physicians. However, there's a charge for B. So therefore, if you're getting employer's benefits, a health insurance, you're one of the lucky ones, then only apply for A.
Because you don't pay for that.
Exactly. And if you don't apply for it at 65, there'll be a fine.
Oh,
yes.
So you have to apply for it.
You have to apply for at least A.
Okay.
Not for B if you have employer coverage.
And that's 3 months before you turn 65.
Yes.
All right, so listeners, put this on your calendar to beep you 3 months before you turn 65.
Yeah, go on Medicare.gov.
Honey, when you turn, remember this. Okay, so we have a few years for that. So when you're 65, you have to go for A. Now B, you said it covers the doctors.
Yes, doctors, medical apparatus, diabetic test strips.
Okay, and then there's a charge for that, because by that time you're on Social Security for the most
and they just
part.
raised it this year. It's $121.
A month?
Yes.
No, it's still a heck of a lot cheaper than going through health insurance.
But then you have to also have a drug plan. It's mandatory since 2006.
Okay.
To have a drug plan, because if you don't sign up for one of them, you're going to be penalized 10% of the national premium forever.
Okay, forever.
When you do get a drug plan, yes.
Okay, what are the different drug plans? I heard the D and...
Well, there's all the different companies. See, all the different companies have to go by government guidelines for like all those United Health, WellCare, Humana. All those companies are regulated by the government to offer Medicare A and B plus enhanced benefits with the Med Advantage or a supplement plan.
Okay. So
Now,
what is the best plan?
Well, technically there's no best plan. It depends on your lifestyle, on your health, and on your budget. That's the best plan.
Okay.
Because, when you get on a supplement, there's a monthly charge. When you have a Med Advantage plan, it includes a drug plan, but there's no monthly charge.
All right. So do you recommend people getting, and I have a lot of clients that go to me, because the first question I have to ask them regarding when they come to do the tax return, the first question I ask everybody is, are you covered by health insurance? When I look at, if they show me their, what we call the 1099 SA, which is their Social Security statement, it'll say Part A, Part B, D, Q, whatever.
Yeah.
But then they come back at me and they said, but I also have. Do you need that also have the supplemental plan?
Yeah, well, there's a monthly charge for that.
But through who? Through Medicare or through?
No, through whichever company provides it.
But so you recommend that too? So if anybody's on Medicare?
I think that's the best bet. When you have a supplement, you can go to any physician that takes Medicare. You're not bound into a network of a company.
Okay. Can you choose all your doctors? My last question before we close out, can you choose your own doctors when you're on A and B and have all these plans, or do you have to go to?
If you have a supplement, any doctor takes Medicare. However, if you get a Med Advantage plan, which is represented by a company, United Health, WellCare, Humana, then you have to stay in that network. Otherwise, they're not paying very much for that.
Very great. This is a lot of information. In our last closing minutes, please tell people how they get in touch with you when they want to go through this process, because they don't call me.
And yes, please call me. My name is Ildiko. My website is ildikoinsurance.com. And the reason to get a plan when you're on Medicare is because it's only an 80-20 insurance plan. And if you do not get something that stops that 20% from going out, you're going to be quite broke, no matter how much money you have if something happens to you. So my number is 772-221-0882.
All right, very good.
Ildikoinsurance.com.
Thank you very much. And don't forget to email me at wegotyourbacktaxes@yahoo.com if you have any questions for me or any of my guests. Well, till next time, this is Jeffrey Schneider. We've got your back taxes. See ya.